Can you imagine what life would be like with 8 kids in your home? Kate Gosselin can, the mother from the hit TLC show Jon and Kate Plus, is in West Michigan to sign copies of her book, Multiple Blessings. More than 1,500 people stood in line for hours to get her autograph last night in Grandville. The book, published by Michigan-based Zondervan, has been on the New York Times Bestseller List for 6 weeks.
In being here in Grand Rapids, reading the book this week for CD, I am reading through the book again, and it is an amazing story, and I still can't believe it's our story.
Well, Gosselin will be at Baker Bookhouse on East Paris at 6:30 tonight, and at the 28th Street Barnes & Noble Saturday from 7 until 9. You can watch our full interview on our website at woodtv.com, and soon to come, Michael and Jen plus 10.
Were you amazed at the turnout?
This is the biggest turnout that we've had for book signings. I've signed at other places, but this was definitely very encouraging. Very wonderful. There was a lot of people who didn't get their books signed tonight, and I felt bad. I was signing fast so that I could complete the line, but I didn't. But the good news is I will be at the Barnes & Noble on 28th Street on Saturday night from 7 to 9 to finish signing those people's books if they come there, or you can buy one and sign on that day.
Has there been, I guess, a message or something that people have been saying to you most while being here in Grand Rapids? Like saying, you know, this book has been wonderful, your show's been wonderful, it's changed my life?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just Grand Rapids, it's the message everywhere. Everyone feels like our book is inspirational. It's, in being here in Grand Rapids, reading the book this week for CD, I am reading through the book again, and it is an amazing story, and I still can't believe it's our story.
Was it hard to write the book?
Hard in what way? The time to write the book?
Was it harder than you thought it would be when you started the project? To write, to go through just the whole author process of doing a book?
That process wasn't hard. It was the time to write the book. It took us 1.5 years. I started when the little kids were 2. And to relive all of those things that we had been through was probably the most difficult part. As far as the book went, that was easy.
Are you surprised at the fandom that the show has had ever since it started?
I think all these people were just being silly. It's ridiculous.
I wanted to ask you, do you ever have any contact with West Michigan Septup, like the Van Houtens, like with Amy Van Houten or that family at all? Because they were born just 4 months after yours were.
I don't typically comment on other families. Okay. We have been in contact with different multiple families over the years, off and on, but not routinely or consistently in any way.
The last question that I had was just because we are a Christian radio station, and you allude to your faith a little bit in the book, as well as once in a while in the program with going to church and that type of thing. But I just wondered, as far as, I don't know how much you can share or you want to share about the spiritual upbringing of your children and how you implement that, and maybe even effects it's had on the staff or other people that you come in contact with.
Well, I think that putting our book out there was a really good outlet for us to tell, unedited our story. Obviously, with our show, they edit it in any way they see fit, and that's fine. I understand that. But it is important to us that we raise our children to love the Lord, and we're doing our best to do that. And so, I'm most excited to have the book out there so that they can read our story, how we went from point A to point B. So
we do allude to a lot of just neat things, the way that the Lord works. And
yeah, I mean, we use everyday situations to show them, that God loves us and provides for us and takes care of us. We try not to let any of those little instances, slip by them.
Thank you.
Yep.
What was your first reaction when you stepped off the plane into Grand Rapids weather today?
I think that was yesterday. Is it yesterday? I don't know. I don't know what day it is today. Oh, I don't know. It's I wasn't ready for it yet. Pennsylvania gets like this, but we aren't quite there yet. Yuck. I'm a warm weather girl. I don't know what I'm doing here.
I think the number one question I heard throughout the line tonight was when do you sleep, and how hard is maintaining the schedule that you have and not getting sick from sleep depravity and so forth?
I pray a lot and drink a lot of coffee. That's pretty much it.
My final question is just how long do you think the series can go? Do you think we can see all the way through graduation, if not beyond?
There's one lesson I've learned is I cannot predict the future.